Namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ruttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda gopa kumaraya govindaya namo namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text number 25. One second, Prabhu, let me share my screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevasya Devakyam Jato Bhojendra Bandhane Chikirshur Bhagavanasya Shamajena Bhi Achitaha. One more time. Vasudevasya Devakyam Jato Bhojendra Bandhane Chikirshur Bhagavanasya Sham Jenabhi Achitaha. Synonyms. Vasudevasya, of the wife of Vasudeva, Devakyam, in the womb of Devaki, Jata, born of Bhoja Indra, of the king of Bhojas, Bandhane, in the prison house, Chikirshur, for doing, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Asya, of the earth, Sham, welfare, Ajena, by Brahma, Abhiyachitaha, being prayed for. Translation. The personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, being prayed to by Brahma to bring welfare to the earth, was begotten by Vasudeva in the womb of his wife Devaki, in the prison of king of Bhoja. Purport. Although there is no difference between the Lord's pastimes of appearance and disappearance, the devotees of the Lord do not generally discuss the subject matter of his disappearance. Vidura inquired indirectly from Uddhava about the incident of the Lord's disappearance by asking him to relate Krishna Katha, or topics on the history of Lord Krishna. Thus, Uddhava began the topics from the very beginning of his appearance as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison of Kamsa, the king of Bhojas, at Mathura. The Lord has no business in this world, but when he is so requested by the devotees like Brahma, he descends to the earth for the welfare for the entire universe. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaturshkutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, which is to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. Okay. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gathamayam Tadati Swabhadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yutapadakam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kirim Yatkrupatamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Gnananandamayam Devam Nirvalam Spikakritim Madharam Pragadhyana Harikriyam Pasvam. Welcome to this another session of Srimad Bhagavatam today, Monday. Thank you for giving opportunity to speak something about Lord Krishna's appearance today in the Bhagavatam 3.2.5, 25. Vidura and Vidura and Uddhava had conversations based on the series of verses we are hearing from yesterday, such a beautiful verse from Nityanand Prabhu, and then in Maharaj's one after the other amazing verses. It's I don't know how much qualification I have or I can do anything. So please pray for me and so that I can speak, give your blessings, prayers, so that I can speak something on Srimad Bhagavatam today. Even though I'm not qualified, with my capacity or capability, whatever I have a little bit, I can speak something. So the Uddhava and Vidura, they were together on the banks of Yamuna discussing, and they were both in, whenever the devotees meet, what do the devotees normally, what do devotees do? They only speak Krishna Katha, nothing else. Machitta Madgat Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Pukatyantascha Mam Nityam Tushyantischa Ramanticha. So they don't have any other business other than speak about Krishna and discuss about Krishna. And whatever we hear, for us, that those are advanced devotees, at least for us, did you hear this lecture, that lecture, such a nice lecture. This is what I understood. So many things I've heard from this. This is what we speak sometimes in our level, because I don't think I can glorify Krishna. We can just copy and paste of others who glorify, and we can repeat. I can repeat. That's all I can do. So in this context, Vidura was asking how, he would have sensed the disappearance of Krishna. And then he's asking about Krishna to Uddhava. But Uddhava, even though he might know, he doesn't want to say anything about disappearance. Because nobody is not interested, don't want to talk about the disappearance. That's what Prabhupada says in the purport, that even though the topics of disappearance is very painful, it is in the separation, the mood of separation, it's very difficult and painful to discuss about the disappearance of the Lord. That is also an ecstasy, how Lord Chaitanya came into this world in the mood of separation. That's the Vipralamba Bhav. It's more painful and is also teaching us how ecstatic to be in that mood of separation from the Lord. Of course, we are separated for millions and how many kalpas, whatever, we are separated. But I don't know whether I feel anything that I have separated from Krishna. That's another point. But the real devotees, they are in separation with their spiritual master and Krishna, it's very, very painful for them. We may not understand why is he crying, why is he always bothered about it, but they have so much, not like an attachment to our attachment, my attachment, but the attachment for the devotees for Krishna is so strong and full of bondage. Bondage in the sense not a middle bondage, but they're completely connected to Krishna. That's the word 2 days ago we heard, self-love, from Nityanand Prabhu. That self-love is Mamai Vamsha Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. I'm just a small part and parcel, very tiny part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is everything, but I am very tiny. That's the mood. And coming to that realization, awareness itself is very difficult. Anyway, that we are always thinking about that I am the Lord of the whole thing. But now you see here that this appearance of Krishna is being described by Uddhava, that he doesn't want to talk about the disappearance, but instead he talks about the appearance of Krishna, of his son of Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison of Kamsa. That's amazing, right? So why? Because the appearance is always very blissful. For one sense, it's very, very, very blissful for us. Somebody's taken a birth in our family. We always, wow, man, child is born and everybody is jubilant and whatnot. That's like that. But when the Lord appears, how about thinking about the Lord appearing? We'll be in ecstasy, jubilant. Now we are thinking about the new temple. Radha Shyam Sundar are appearing. And so fortunate, I was thinking about this when appearance, even the deities appearing, they are not ordinary. They are actually the Archa Vigraha. They're as good as the lordships, Krishna, Radharani. And so when they were, once in a year, they appear on our altar for 7 days or something. And they're everybody is jubilant and they appear on the altar. And then everybody comes and then, every day the kirtan and so on and so forth. But the last day when the Krishna, the deities are going back to rest, I can see everybody crying, right? So that's there itself, we know how much we are, when they appear, my God, everybody is jubilant. And now think about the permanently coming on our altar in our temple. So fortunate that will be here for ever. Whether I am there or not, you are there or not, but they will be here for ever going forward. So that's their appearance. That is what I am thinking about. Once they appear, they are staying forever. In that way, it's so jubilant. We are all in jubilant mood that welcoming Krishna Lordships to our altar. Here, Uddhava is telling about the appearance of the Lord instead of telling about the disappearance of the Lord. Uddhava knows that Krishna has already disappeared, and Vidura also might be knowing, but they still don't want to talk about the disappearance. They still talk about appearance. And now the Uddhava and Vasudeva and Devaki, and then what in the world is this? Krishna is appearing in a prison of Kamsa. Krishna can appear anywhere, but why he has to appear in the prison house of Kamsa? That's another $1 million question. As if he is free enough, right? He can appear anywhere, any form. We have seen, Krishna in the form of Narsingh Devi appeared from the pillar when Prahlad. Now we know this pastime of how he appeared and why Krishna has to appear. That too, Swayam, he's Krishna himself, not any other form of Krishna. Is another incarnation or or expansion. He is his own form coming and appearing in the prison house of Kamsa. How do we understand why Krishna has to come in that Kamsa's prison? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, when Vasudev saw the Lord appearing outside the womb of Devaki, he was in ecstasies. And I heard that there are 4 reasons for his ecstasy when Krishna appeared outside the womb of Devaki. That one was Krishna had no fear, in spite of the 6 children. They were 6 or 7, right? In spite of so many children were killed by Kamsa, still Krishna appeared in the prison house of Kamsa as that little child, for the parents of which who are none other than Vasudeva and Devaki. He had no fear in spite of so many people killed. And then that's what I heard. Maybe it's still more, but whatever I heard, I'm just narrating or saying something. And the second reason, Krishna is inconceivable to understand. He has no beginning, he has no end, he is the controller, he has everything else. Bhoktaram Yagnat Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. In spite of all those, he appears in the womb of Devaki. And when Krishna appeared, he had full grown hair. He had 4 hands with a club, with Shankha Chakra Gadadhar, Shankha Chakra, and then a club and the flower, all Padma. So they're all 4 there on that 4 hands of Krishna, appearing in 4-handed form, with a Kaustuba jewel, with a golden crown, with a full grown hair, and then with the yellow dhoti, little Krishna with all this form. He was completely in ecstasy that how can a child born, just appeared now, can be born with full grown hair, with all these features. And another reason was he was Vasudev's, he is always the object of love for Vasudeva was Vishnu. And he was in total ecstasy that Vishnu, Lord himself, has appeared as his own son, because they did lot of austerities for 3 lives for having Krishna as his own child. And finally, when Krishna appeared, he was in total ecstasy. But now it says, the purport, if you can understand that Brahma, what happened when there was so many chaos going on in the Mother Earth? Mother Earth approached Brahma, right? I think Devatas, they all went together and they approached Brahma. And then they all prayed. They went to the milk ocean, the causal ocean or the milk ocean in our own material world, which might be, I'm thinking it is the Dhruva Loka or the North Planet, where Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is residing. That is our material world, and it's a Vaikuntha. It's a Vaikuntha of a material world. And Brahma went there and they all prayed. They chanted the Purusha Sukta prayers. And then for the appearance of the Lord. The one word I was thinking about is the Sham. Sham is welfare. First of all, who is Brahma? Brahma, he is a creation. He is a creator of this entire universe. Of course, Krishna is the creator, but he is the secondary creator. That means he has the capability of putting this template and doing everything, but the power was given by Krishna for this entire planet, well, entire universe. But still, Krishna, Brahma is the creator of this universe in that way. He has created all the living entities, every form, every whatever we see in this universe, it's all created by Brahma. But don't we think, even though he creates, he's talking about the welfare of this entire universe, why Krishna has to come, even though Brahma has created everything. That's kind of mind-boggling. Even though somebody has created this, they know what to do, right, with this universe to be maintaining very nicely, but he has no power to give that welfare for the entire universe because he is still depending on Lord Krishna. Just like, and then who is Brahma? He is our Adi Guru for our entire, Brahma, Madhva. For everybody, he is the original Guru. That means he's acting as a Guru for all of us, connecting with Krishna and giving us the welfare. That means Krishna is the one which bestows welfare to everyone. As he is the maintainer, he is the creator, he is the maintainer, he is a destroyer in different forms. But Brahma has taken all the devatas to Vishnu, Kshirodakshana Vishnu, and praying, please appear for this entire welfare of this universe. Even when you look at the Hiranyakashipu or Kamsa or Hiranyaksha, he has given all the boons to them. Brahma had given all the boons to them, but he doesn't know what to do with this two big demon called, of course, they were also devotees, but they were demons in one way, that he was not able to control them as well. Because there was the entire chaos in this universe when Hiranyakashipu and they were all there. But Brahma was not able to do anything for that matter. Even now, he has created who is the maintainer? Everything is Krishna. So he still, I was thinking, if I want to do something, I create something, I do something, that's the egoistic platform we have. And then, I did it for nothing, which we don't have any power. I was a person who is so intelligent, he can do miracles. He can, for any question, for any subject matter, he is very intelligent, he can do anything for that matter. But one day, that Krishna can flip the switch. The time may come to that person that he was so much in pride that I know everything in this world, and Krishna can flip the switch. In that way, a time will come to that person that he has come to a situation, that a disease, that he may not even know his wife's name, or even he also forgot himself who he is. That can happen. With that kind of egoistic and pride we have, Krishna can flip the switch. See how Brahma, in spite of everything, creating the entire universe, the first citizen of this entire universe, and he is the creation of the creator by the mercy of Krishna. Tene Brahma Adi Hridaya Kave. So he is the first living entity. In spite of all those, still he has no power to approach and to do himself. So he has to approach Krishna for everything. In this way, we can understand that Brahma, as a guru, is taking all of us, all the devatas, in approaching Krishna for his appearance. And once we know the appearance and appearance of Krishna, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, Yoyam Ve Veti Tattvatha Tektva Janmam Punarjanma. That was that if you know the appearance and activities of Krishna, we don't have to take birth again. So how fortunate of Srimad Bhagavatam, how fortunate the pastimes of Krishna. This pastime of appearance, we would have heard the moment, we would have heard in our histories, in our school, and after coming to ISKCON, maybe many years appearance of Krishna. Every Janmashtami you would have heard. And then every Srimad Bhagavatam, somebody can come up with the activities of the Lord. Yesterday's, the activity of the pastime with Putana. Amazing pastimes, his appearance, his activities. It's so just wonderful. We would have heard zillion times, but still it keeps us fresh. We always feel, wow, it is really fresh. That revelation, even though in spite of heard many times, Krishna would have not revealed our heart. That means the more we hear, the more we hear, the more we hear. What is the point is the eagerness to hear the pastimes of the Lord and chant the pastimes of the Lord. That means chant the holy name of the Lord. The moment we have the sincerity and eagerness, then Krishna can clean our heart and he can reveal himself from our hearts. So we may think that, oh, I know how Krishna took birth or his appearance in this material world. We might know, but we may not understand fully why Krishna appeared. Yeah, I am. And somebody is narrating a pastime, you would have heard, and I may understand. Yeah, it is how it is. But the revelation, why and where, when, it has to be only by Krishna's mercy. And the more we hear, the clean up our hearts, then Krishna, if at all he wants to reveal, he will reveal what Krishna is. Because in spite of it, we may not even, the 3 days ago or 4 days ago, when Maharaj was speaking, I was thinking about that, that 1 hour, 22 minutes of lecture, what he gave that day in the temple. And even before he started the, verse and translation and purport, he was just talking about Uddhava and how Uddhava was completely in separation of Krishna. And then he was always thinking about Krishna. And that Krishna, who is that Krishna? Who has the entire cosmic, he has created this entire cosmic manifestation and with all these forms and so on and so forth. But that Krishna was his cousin, his friend and well-wisher for him. And how can we even think that person like Krishna is always with him? And that Krishna is asking Uddhava, is that okay to do it like this? So that really touched my heart when Maharaj was speaking about that. And we speak about tiny things and petty things, and we get angry with each other and this and that and that. If you look at that broad picture, who are we? Who am I to think about anything for this matter, right? That Krishna appears. So that is why we need to hear from the pure devotees of the Lord. That gives then that only touches our heart, and then, hey, wake up, sleeping soul, Jeev Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole. So that is why we need to hear every day from a pure devotee of Krishna. And of course, Prabhupada's purports, that is also revealing some secrets behind what it is. And I'm just a tiny little soul here. I'm just speaking and narrating something. I think I'll stop here. It's 8 a.m. already. Thank you very much for all of your association and patiently hearing. Please forgive me if I have said something wrong, and please correct me if you have any reflections. Please go ahead. Thank you so much. Lakshmikant Prabhu, are we done?
No problem.
Okay, Prabhu. I think we'll
Anyone has any questions, comments?
I think we're okay, I believe. Okay,
So
Prabhu.
the sequence, Prabhu, yesterday was talking about, the, what do you call, the mercy, or the, who can be more, better person than Lord, right? Compared to, who gave the benediction to Putana. So
Yeah.
here he's talking about uh, his appearance in the womb of Devaki, right? I'm just trying to, he's just remembering all the past times what happened, right? In the trance.
Yeah, I was also thinking he is coming up with this chronological order, but Bhagavatam, if you look at it, there's
But it's
no
not chronological, right? Yeah,
not
this one also.
chronological. Yeah,
Yeah,
even
it's
he would have started with the appearance actually first, but he went to Ahobak. What is that verse? Right, yesterday's verse.
Ahobaki Yamstanakala.
Ahobakiyam Stanakola. Then he comes. Then he comes to the appearance. So I don't know. That's difficult to understand. Of course, Bhagavatam itself is not really
Yeah,
chrono.
of course, not chronological. Yeah.
And even this pastime. But
Mm.
one thing, whether it is starting from appearance or doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Krishna's
every side is.
appearance activity is all the same. It's anywhere you touch the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is sweet. Like that. And Krishna's pastime, whether he has appeared, whether he is doing this, and all the way to his Dwarka pastimes, everything is sweet.
Yes, bro.
End of the day, it is Krishna's pastime. That's what I'm thinking in that way. But anyway, it's as we know, it's very difficult to understand and inconceivable what Krishna wants to teach us. But so anyway, we can do our best. I was just looking who are all there to see any reflections. But anyway,
If you
thank you.
dropped off, yeah, because of time, I guess. So
That's okay, Prabhuji. All right. Thank you so much for all your